who are committed to their struggle against Israeli occupation and are concerned about them being able to live lives of decency and dignity. And there's a growing number of young people. The Israeli occupation today for the younger generation is what Vietnam was for my generation and what South Africa was for the 80s, and that includes precious young Jewish brothers and sisters as well as Arabs.
How can they all learn from the
others.
Black Lives Matter movement? And
well, we all learn from each other, my brother.
We all
kind of one way.
Dr. West!
Dr. West, thank you.
Consult the platform committee before he gave it to Hillary and supported her. You guys get.
I love Brother Bernard. I just disagree
Did you get
with
consulted?
him.
Did you get consulted personally?
They had a process that went through, but I mean, I love it, brother. I just disagree with him on that issue.
Brother West, I love you.
Love you, though, brother. But don't walk in the water. Don't walk in the water.
Thank you so much, brother.
I love you so much. Thank you so much.
Dr. West,
the local black man.
faith in the electoral system. Dr. West,
West, what do you think when you see that protest right there?
I wasn't there that long, but what I can see, I get people standing up. They have a deep, deep hatred for injustice, and we need to have that. The worst thing in our society today, given our spiritual decline, greed and indifference. And the great Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel used to say, indifference, the evil is more evil than evil itself. And what you don't have among that crowd, and I don't agree with everything they put forward ideologically as a revolutionary Christian, but what you don't have a callousness and an indifference toward the suffering of poor people. And we need more shattering of indifference and then proceed in, democratic ways.
Yeah, what do you
Dr. West, what did you think of the protest you saw here today?
I pray for him.
Dr. West,
I pray for him,
do you
brother.
still have faith in the system
I
that
don't
we
have
live
faith in God. I don't have faith in no system now.
Dr. West.
I got faith in God to fight for justice. Like my
Dr.
brother
West, what
right
did
here.
you think of the
Give me a hug, my brother.
Thank you, man. It's good to meet you.
No, we're going to be on TV together.
Dr. West.
Thank you, Dr.
Tell the world your name, my brother.
My name is Wayne Braxton. I'm from Austin, Texas. Good to meet you.
From
Dr.
Dr. West, we're going to see you in
My
Palestine.
brother, I got faith in God for a struggle so that we are in it together. His humanity and my humanity. But when you overlook his humanity, I come out swinging like Duke Ellington and Ella Fitzgerald. And from Cleveland, Gerald Levert.
Yes, sir.
Ain't that true, brother?
What did you think of the
Love you, though,
protest?
brother.
Thank you,
Love
Dr.
you,
West.
though,
Thank you, Dr. West.
Dr. West.
Dr. West.
God bless. I love you, though, brother. Take good care, man.
Dr. West, Palestinians are going to see this.
Ooh, Palestinians gonna see
Please,
this?
please, please, please.
Oh, no, this
please,
is very
a message
important.
to them. Please,
Absolutely.
please. What about Palestinians are watching the Black Lives movement, and they're trying to learn from this. What message do you have for Palestinian people there in the West Bank?
No, I think our young, not just young, our precious Palestinian brothers and sisters need to know that there are voices here in the United States of all colors, the white, the black, the red, the yellow, the brown. Some of them are young Jewish voices who are concerned not just about the plight of Palestinians, but know that a day will come when the vicious Israeli occupation will be lifted, where Palestinians will be able to live lives of decency and dignity and live lives of self-determination. We're fighting for that day. We're raising voices. We're changing the climate of atmosphere in that regard. And we're doing it in the name of Martin King, of Edward Said, of Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, of Dorothy Day, all of those in the United States who have always highlighted the plight of oppressed people, and indeed that Israeli occupation, as well as the second-class citizenship of our Arabs living in the state of Israel, will be something that the world will have to adjust. But it will be in the name of a love and a justice with not one iota of anti-Jewish hatred or anti-Jewish prejudice. Is done in the name of justice across the board.
What about
and I want my Palestinian brothers and sisters to know that, because some of us are going to be faithful unto death for that struggle.
Dr. West, is it necessarily an anti-imperialist struggle?
I really appreciate you.
That here in the U.S., is it necessarily an
What do you think of
anti-imperialist
that?
struggle?
Why is that there?
What's that?
How can Jews support Trump when there's so many anti-Semites online who support him and attack Jewish journalists?
No, the politics makes strange bedfellows. Very much so. You got a lot of Jewish reactionary brothers and sisters who will put up with anti-Jewish prejudice among their own if they're committed to certain kind of policy. You see what I mean?
Thank you for talking to Mondo.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
Dr. West, is it necessarily an anti-imperialist struggle?
Yes. I know El Manifesto.
Manifesto.
Exactly.
And you know which manifesto we're talking about?
And long live Antonio Gramsci.
Bravo!
Antonio Labriola.
Bravo.
Grazie mille.
Oh, indeed. Love you.
Thanks
though,
for
man.
everything you do, my friend.
Indeed,
Bye-bye.
Guardian,
But you think these times are more dangerous than 68?
Oh,
These are
yeah.
more
There were a lot of
dangerous?
people
Lord, yeah.
at the convention last night talking about what they feared most for America. A lot of people were talking about the politics of fear that accompanies Mr. Trump's campaign. What are you most afraid of at the moment?
What is going on?
Yeah.
Well, one thing that we should recognize that this is not new for America. We've always had moments in which politics of fear surface, and you get that lethal combination: the rule of big money, scapegoating on the most vulnerable, in this case is Muslims and Mexicans and women, and then militaristic policies abroad. That's the makings of an indigenous American neo-fascism. And we have to be very clear about that. But we don't want to fetishize it. He doesn't have magical powers. I mean, Trump, you know, he's not almighty. You know what I mean? He's a mediocre, narcissistic, dumbed down, navel-gazing reality TV star who is a product of the corporate media who opted for money rather than public interest. And so we're seeing the kind of a moral and spiritual uprising among a number of folk who are anti-Trump, and some of us who are opting for Jill Stein because we want to be for something, not just against Trump. You see? But that's very important. I know I got to get to church. You're right, my brother.
Why is this more
Absolutely.
dangerous than
But,
1968
yeah,
right now?
absolutely.
Mr. West, what
Why is
brought
it
you
more
to Public
dangerous
Square
than
today?
68, we had higher quality leadership,
Right,
even in the movement.
right.
No, we don't have
Mr. West,
more.
I'm from the local media. What brought you to Public Square today?
Oh, I just said it because I love the people.
What did you think of the protests that were going on?
I was glad to see him. I was glad to see him. God bless you, though, brother.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dr.
stay
West.
strong, though.
Thank you.
Stay strong,
Thank
though.
you. Red salute, Dr. West.
All right, well, that was cool.
On Trump, you say he's a mediocre, narcissistic, navel-gazing.
I didn't have it.
Yeah, but you're on?
It's on the video, so.